And I'll tell you guys since we're all friends. Every character I write has a piece of me in them. Hi, I'm Lee Bardugo. You're listening to the GrishaCast.
Welcome to GrishaCast, episode 110. In this episode, we will be discussing the short story, The Too Clever Fox, from the Language of Thorns. This is your host, Eric.
And I'm Terry. From Nashville, Tennessee, this is your podcast for all things Grishaverse.
A world created by the only other lady who I know has an iconic tea set, Lee Bardugo. Moi savieni casters.
Well, hello.
Well, hello.
Hello.
Hi. So, let's say hi to some listener cities.
Okay. First, we have Ibarite, Brazil.
Ooh.
Yes.
And then we're moving on to Dusseldorf, Germany.
It's so fun.
It is. Do you think we creep people out with our like weird little, I don't know, hi?
I don't know.
Ooh, it's fun.
I don't.
Anyways, hi, what's up?
Hi.
How y'all doing? Well, we are fantastic. I'm just going to say that. Sorry, by the way, we weren't here last week. That's right.
No, we were not.
No, we had a little skip. And
Yes,
sorry.
my bad.
Tara Bear wasn't feeling good. Poor thing. And to be honest, I've actually was having my daddy's not doing well. He was sick, and I'm just kind of dealing with that. And I'm just gonna be open with it because I think that's it's okay. You guys are my friends, but yeah, I'm struggling with that. And that's my dad is older, and he is 83, and it's just it's a hard time. But I'm staying strong, and he's good. I just want him to be happy and comfortable. He is in a rehab momentarily, and hopefully we will get him to a place where he's more comfortable and good. So, anyways, just I just felt like actually just being honest because I didn't want to be
Yeah.
like, yeah, everything's like so fantastic. Because to be honest, I've been like, yeah, I've been stressed out, and there's been a lot on my mind. I've been doing a lot just because my mom and dad live about 45 minutes away. So that doesn't make it easy.
Right.
But, I am, and also I think what's hard about it, to be honest, is trying to like my mom, she's healthy, and trying to like help her and keep her like together, to be honest, is a whole other job in itself. But we go each weekend. I can't see him during the week because it's too hard. I've got work. I've got Kaden. And however, I do love going to see him. And it was really cute because one weekend I brought him this fudge that they had, like someone made at my job. And that week he called me specifically and asked, like, can you bring me some more of that fudge?
Was it the cookies and cream one?
It was the Oreo kind.
Yes, that was the most delicious thing ever. It was so good.
Okay, like you have no clue how simple that is.
Really?
Like no clue. It's
Maybe I don't want to know.
it's 3 recipes. Three
Three
ingredients. It's insane. I'm just gonna tell you, it's white chocolate chips, sweetened condensed milk, and Oreos.
Alrighty.
And it took like 5 minutes tops.
All right.
Yep, I know. I didn't believe it was gonna turn out that good, but it really was so simple.
It's delicious.
Well, just for you guys out there, if you want to know, you take the chocolate chips, you take the sweetened condensed milk, put it in a microwavable bowl, put it in the microwave for 30 seconds, and then take it out and stir it, and keep doing that until it's it's obviously like melted. And then you pour in the Oreos and put that into a grease pan into the fridge. That's it. Done.
Wow.
I know. Isn't that crazy? Like, I've never made fudge in my entire life, and that was it. So, hey. Okay. So, first off, I'm going to say a happy early birthday to my best friend ever, who happens to be you.
Oh, it's me?
It is my
Aw.
girl, Terry. And I'm not sure when this podcast will come out, but it will be out afterwards.
Mhm.
However, I was gonna have some like tricks and like surprises up in here, but you all came in and like, I need to kind of change the date around. And I was like, oh, really? Are you sure you don't want to like stay like at this day that we normally record? And to be a nice friend, I was like, okay, fine. So I'll just stop my little tricks. But I was going to have this whole place like decked out surprise for you. However, it's okay. Don't worry. I still got this. So, I mean, don't worry. The stunt queen is still here. I still got him. I just one stunt down.
One stunt down.
But anyways, happy birthday.
Thanks.
I'm so happy for you.
Oh, thanks for living another year.
Well, because, we both love giving gifts so much.
Yeah.
And also, we both are really good at giving gifts. Like, I love buying gifts for people. I think it's like, it's really easy. I love thinking about it and coming up with different things. And for some people, it's really hard. However, Terry and I,
Oh, yeah.
we
We
just
got
love,
it.
We do. And
We have to like stop ourselves because like we could literally buy so many things.
I know. And they're going to all be so good,
Uh-huh.
too. Which, I mean, not to just, I don't know, we're tooting our own horn, but we
Toot,
are. So I'm so excited about your gift, by the way.
Ooh.
You just wait. However, I have no clue when I'm going to give it to you, but because that was all planned.
Well,
But
maybe this weekend.
maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Still, it's going to be really cool. But you have news because last time we spoke,
Yeah.
you were very excited about you were going on a trip.
Yes. I went to go see my very favorite band 2 nights in a row. I traveled to Huntsville and then over to Chattanooga to see them 2 nights in a row. I've never done anything like that before, ever. But it was magical. They actually headlined in Huntsville. They don't typically headline. They're a very small kind of opening band. But so I'm standing at the very, very front center. I get right up on stage. Like I can put my elbows on the stage. And
Oh, I was stalking you, by the way.
I could feel it.
Yeah, there was one point I remember it was the first day that like you had left and like I can't remember, where were you? You were at I don't know. It looked like were you hanging out in the hotel or some kind of like it was some kind of I don't know. I can't remember what it is. Now it makes no sense. But I was like, what is she doing? I wonder what I know that's not where the performance is. But
I don't know where.
it was the day of. You had gotten there because I know, left at like the butt crack of dawn.
Mhm.
So you were there like way early.
Yes.
Well, where did you stay? Like, where'd you sleep?
In a
First off.
hotel.
Okay, so like what kind of...
It was at a DoubleTree.
Okay.
I
Maybe
don't know. I don't know what I would have posted during the day. But
Anyway.
yes.
Well, I was watching you.
I got there. I got to the venue very early because I'm used to Nashville, like where you have to be there like 7 hours early. So we actually got there 2 hours early and we're like front of the line. And everybody's kind of looking at us like, who are these idiots? And I'm like, you just don't even know, okay? We're from Nashville.
So it was one of those concerts where it's like general admission where like, I mean, first
those are
come,
the only
first...
those are the only shows I go to.
Okay, so there's no like seats like T-Pack or anything. Like
No.
Okay.
No, that's not how we do small rock bands.
Okay.
This is like especially the one that Thursday night. It was very small, like sports bar.
Ooh. Okay.
Like the place, like maybe held 100 people total, like capacity, and there weren't that many people there.
That's awesome, though.
I know, it was so cool, so excited. So I'm standing front and center, and the band is actually off playing pool.
Really?
And like staring at me because I'm like, I've got my butt on the stage and I'm not moving. Like, this is my spot. Like, someone's going to have to cut me and I will cut you back because I'm staying where I am. But as they came through, because they had to finally go backstage, they like kind of gave me a thumbs up. And then
What's his name? What's the lead singer's name?
Jack.
Jack. Okay.
So when Jack comes out, he gets to the mic, he looks me dead in the eye, gets this huge grin on his face, and starts singing. And I was so excited because I was like, this is going to be the greatest show ever. And my brother that was with me, like, patted me on the shoulder. I was like, yeah.
Oh.
And so every once in a while, because the guitar player is also named Jack. So Jack and Jack. That's because I was a little more on that side, and the bass player is always all over the place. But anyway, so like the three of us are having a thing. We're singing together, and we're having a good time. And the last song, they go hard. They play like their hardest song. Jack jumps off the stage and like motions for me to come here. I get like 3 inches from his face into the mic, and we start scream singing the song together. It was a very special moment for me.
That makes me so happy.
I was so happy. And then he gets back up on stage, and he kind of like grabs the set list and like throws it right in my face. So I have the set list.
Oh.
I know.
My God.
And then I go over to talk to them afterwards, and Jack was like, holy crap. Other words I can't say.
Mm-hmm.
You gave me so much energy. Like, I loved it. And so the band gave me a record, and they all signed it.
Like a vinyl?
Yeah.
Oh, that is
amazing.
amazing.
I know. And so the next night they were playing a much bigger space because they were opening for a much bigger band. And Did
you let them know you were going to the next one? Okay.
Yes. I was like, I will see you tomorrow night. And they're like, sweet. So I couldn't get up front because people literally are there all day long waiting to see this other big band.
Okay.
And so I'm in the middle. I'm maybe 4 people back, but I feel like I'm so far away because it's also one of those where the stage has a lot of space between.
Yeah.
And it's up higher. So I felt like I was so far away.
Well, in the first one, you were like right there.
I mean,
like,
the stage was
them.
like, the stage is literally like kind of at my waist. So like, we're literally like right there. So they start like, they come in and they start tuning, and there's this group of girls kind of off to the left-hand side, and they are screaming for Jack. They're like screaming and screaming and screaming. And like, he's just kind of smiling. And I just put my hand up and kind of waved like gently, like, hello. And the guitar player, Jack, like got on his tippy toes and pointed right at me. And all the little girlies on the left-hand side, like, flipped around so fast and looked at me like, who are you? And this one girl kept looking at me, and I'm like, hello?
That's right.
Yes.
That's how we do it.
Yeah, I mean, that's what, like, I have followed this band for like 10 years, and you are just here for the first time, so don't come at me. These are my boys. Like, they're like my little brothers. I always ask them if they've eaten enough snacks.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
They're like my little brother.
Aww.
So, yeah, like, they're my boys.
Okay, that's amazing. I'm so glad you had that experience.
Yes, so much fun. It's like, because like music is such a massive part of my life. And when I find these bands that like speak to me, I dig in. But they're getting a little bigger, and it's
harder.
It's going to get more difficult from here on out because I think they have finally found their groove.
Yeah.
And they had the entire place just like on their side during this last tour. So they're going to get too big for little old me.
Well, but still you saw
fun.
them then.
Yes.
And that's incredible. Like, I mean, music is like, it's a huge part of my life too. It's a huge part of your life. I just, however, have not gone to a concert in a very long time. Like, COVID? No, I haven't. And I never
stopped.
I know you didn't. Like, you never ever
I
stop.
can't. It's my therapy. I get such like euphoria from it.
Yeah.
And it's like I actually have depression afterwards. Like I take such like a hard dive afterwards, but like while it's happening, it is the literal perfect drug as it's happening for me.
I used to go all the time, and I remember like the one thing that I can relate to your experience is like when I finally got to see Silverchair, which was my favorite band for a very long time, like high school, and they were Australian and they were alternative and like they were amazing and like I just love them, but they weren't big here. But they were in all the like alternative magazines. Like they had all these pictures, and like
Mm-hmm.
it was really funny because like my closet was dedicated to Daniel Johns. Like all these pictures of a man. Yet my parents had no clue I was gay because I had him all over. Oh my god, he had long, like shoulder length blonde
Mm-hmm.
hair. Oh, I love Daniel Johns.
He was very 90s.
Okay, like I loved him and like his songs and like I followed him forever. And when I moved to Minneapolis, I got their last album, which no one knew they were about to break up, but their last album was incredible. It's called Young Modern, and I was so excited to get it. And they actually were coming to Minneapolis, and like I'd never seen them before in concert because like Nashville was just too small for them. I know that sounds weird, but too
Back
small
in the day, it was.
for an alternative band like that,
Yeah.
like coming from Australia. Anyways, I went to a place I believe it was like I think it was called First Avenue was the venue, and it sounds exactly like the place that you went to because I was expecting like this huge place, like I wasn't going to be close to them all at all, but I literally was so close to Daniel Johns, and like I it was the most amazing experience of my life. I still have that ticket. I remember it, and like it's such a I love those moments. I love it
Mm-hmm.
when you connect with music so much and then you get to be in it, and
Yes.
especially when the artist too is okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever had an artist ever like not be okay with you singing? I know that's very weird, but have you ever had like just an artist that was like, I really am like performing here and like because I have and it really threw me off, but I don't want to say
No, I haven't.
okay. I don't know if I should say who it is.
Maybe you shouldn't.
But
You can tell me off air.
yeah, I did love them. I still do. However, when that happened, it really like shook
Yeah.
me because it was like, and their reasoning, like they said, like what their reasoning was on stage was like, this is like, I know you enjoy this, but like this is so deep and this is like my song. And it's just like, okay, but you put out an album and we've connected to it. We're your
Right.
audience. So, I mean, like, I understand
Yeah.
you're connected to your song. Yeah, you wrote it, but aren't you an artist because you're excited that we connected to it? Anyways, it was so weird. Anyways, I was just wondering if that ever happened to you.
No. Mm-mm.
Well,
I have heard the band that we're talking about seeing. I have heard rumors of them stopping the show because not enough people were paying attention. I've
ooh,
heard
yeah.
rumors of that, so I don't
Awesome.
know.
I'm okay with that. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
I am perfectly fine with that.
I cannot stand it when we went to Tori Amos together.
Mm-hmm.
And
Like, stop talking.
stop talking and why and stop looking and recording the concert through your phone. I'm sorry, that drives me nuts.
I do it a little bit.
Okay, I understand a little bit.
But not the whole time.
When you're watching the entire concert
Yeah.
through your phone, one, it doesn't look anywhere as clear and great as actually looking at it in person.
No.
And I don't get it.
I always like record my favorite song.
Okay.
But I always have my phone down lower and I'm not looking through my phone. I'm still like vibing. I just hold my phone up like this. I'm not like the one that's like, like right in my
Oh my gosh.
face.
There's so many people that do that. And I think
Yeah.
it's so weird how the lighter has been replaced by the phone now.
The flashlight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, that's I'm sorry. But a flashlight on your camera does not come anywhere close to when someone is singing a song and you actually put up a lighter. Because anyways. But I have found, like, I was really scared for a while. I thought I lost all my ticket stubs.
Oh gosh.
And I just found them not that long ago. And it made me so happy because I was like, that was heartbreaking for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have every single Tori Amos one. Every single
Aw.
one. And that means so much to me just because I just love it. Like, just such good memories for different concerts and seeing different people. And music is that's what it is. I just realized the reason I don't go to as many concerts is I haven't connected to a lot of music recently. It's harder for me to find music to connect
Okay.
to. Chris and I have found some bands together that we've enjoyed. But it's harder for me to find that connection, to be honest, these days.
I do agree with that. I go on deep dives a lot where I find new music because I'm not big on like what is out there now. So I go on these deep dives, and there's great music out there right now.
Right.
But it's indie. It's very it's very indie. There's a rumbling underneath of like the grungy rock stuff going on, but it is like hidden. Because all the stuff that's going on now on the radio, like on our rock radio here in Nashville, is very pop. And I need noise. Like I need the grumbling noise and my music. So a lot of that is actually going on now, but it's hidden. So you have to find those like indie artists that are doing it now.
There's a lot of work involved.
Yes.
Like you have to really look, and that's what just sucks. I think for me, just like I just enjoyed. I don't know. Do you ever remember not Lightning 100, but Thunder? It was an alternative, awesome radio station, and it was Thunder 94.
I don't think so.
You would remember them. I know you would have because you would have totally listened to it. But I remember it pretty much went away like my freshman year, and it was like so you and me, like our alternative music, but it just like went away. And anyways, well,
I mean, there is a chance that I knew about it and I forgot because it's happening a lot.
True. Absolutely. Yeah. So well, cool. Well, your birthday is tomorrow, and I'm excited that you got to go on this trip. And
I've got more coming up. I'm seeing them again on the 28th and the 30th, so I'm doing it all over again.
That's awesome.
I am excited because after the 30th, they're going to Europe, and that's it for the rest of the year. So
wow.
But they're actually going on a Europe tour, so
that's big.
Yeah.
But I understand that you're sad that they're going to get bigger. It's going to be harder to see them.
Yeah, they'll be less accessible.
I wish Tori was coming to us this time, and I'm really shocked
by that. Yeah, what's up with that?
I don't know. I'm really shocked by it because I just don't get it. Like she's always come to Nashville, but you say that she hasn't always come to Nashville, and I did move away to Minneapolis. So like, I mean, I didn't always. Like,
I think the closest she's gonna be was like Atlanta, and it was on like a weeknight.
I've already looked. Like, I mean, I actually like was trying to figure out a way that we could go, and like there was like Atlanta, then there was like Columbia, I think, like
Columbus, Ohio,
and
that's it. That's yeah.
But I don't know why, but for some reason I'm not a big fan of Columbus, Ohio.
It's a far drive from here.
Yeah. It's just weird. I always feel like she loves Nashville, and just because the Ryman is incredible.
Yeah.
that is an amazing place to perform at.
Yeah, I'm
And
not sure why she.
who knows? Maybe it has to do with, I don't know. Maybe it's
I don't know.
political.
Who
Who
knows?
knows? Yeah. Who knows?
Who
Anyways, we'll
knows?
see you next time, girl.
Hopefully,
Yeah, we do love you. We always will.
come back to us.
I know. her album really is like, I love that her newest album,
Mm-hmm.
which is so funny. Ocean to Ocean. And I thought like I told you that. I already talked about it on the podcast how I thought I was listening to it like a week or two early, and it had already been out a month. And I had like
Oh.
Chris do all this like ordering like special, like it was like I heard it on Amazon or something, like listen to Ocean like right now if you do this, and I like flipped out and made Chris do whatever it was. It probably cost like $55
Oh no!
for Chris to order this, and then it's out. I could have gotten it on my iPhone, my app. Yeah, totally out.
Whoops.
Yep. I know. Yeah. Chris really loved that one.
Whoops.
Oopsie. But anyways, so I'm trying to think. I know I'm excited for us to get going, but I do want to add you probably don't have any time to like read anything else. Like you've got so much stuff with school and things going on, don't you?
Well, there's school, and then there's stuff we're having to read for here.
For this podcast?
For this podcast.
Oh.
You know,
that stuff.
Some other books that are going to come up. And then I have the Outlander book.
Yes.
So yeah.
Okay.
And I don't have a lot of time where I'm sitting around and reading, so I'm not getting through things very quickly.
Well, I just thought it would be important for us to every once in a while just like check in and say what we're reading, because of course, like, I mean, we're not continuously just reading over and over again Grishaverse. There's other things out there. And I think it's important for us to be, because we've had other authors on that have written amazing books too. So I just wanted to introduce a book that actually I have fallen in love with real quickly. And already showed it to Terry like multiple times. It did come in my Fairy Loot. Yes, I finally became a Fairy Loot subscriber. For those of you that have been listening from the beginning, I don't know how long it was that I wasn't, but I was angry because I wanted to be a Fairy Loot subscriber. Well, finally I am. Aren't you guys also happy and at peace? Anyways, this book has very much surprised me. It's called The Daughter of the Moon Goddess, and it's by Sue Lin Tan. One, it is the most beautiful book. I've never seen the artwork on the edge like that. If you actually are watching on YouTube, you can see that the edge of the book actually has like, it's not just a stenciled, just like, I don't know, logo or anything. It actually has like a picture of like a lotus and a bird and stuff. It's gorgeous. But anyways, I started this and really wasn't expecting much from it, to be honest. And I have been like absolutely like taken away by it. Which I'm just saying, like, it takes a lot for me to like really like get that swept away.
Yeah.
This is I don't know. So anyways, if anybody out there has tried it and likes it, please let me know, because of course I'm out here all by myself just reading it. Yeah. And you're reading Outlander, so how is that going?
It's going really well. It's Go Tell the Beast That I Am Gone. It's book 9 in the series.
Yeah.
The book is massive and the text is teeny tiny.
Ooh.
So it doesn't look like you get very far because it takes forever to like get through one page. Just like all the rest of her books, it's heavy. It's very well written. It's very visual. I really enjoy it.
Well, good.
Yeah.
Well, that's the important thing.
Especially because this season of Outlander got good. So
Ooh.
It's actually one of the best seasons because it follows the book so well. So that's very exciting.
That is. Well, I'm excited for you. I'm glad that Outlander got
I know.
good again.
Uh-huh.
Really.
It veered off.
Well,
And now we're back.
exactly. So let's get into the Grishaverse because we got some stuff to talk about. And I think it's like, okay, so this story, okay, the Too Clever Fox. I'm I'm just gonna say, let's see, what did it remind me of? Bambi. Just because of all the talking animals, a little bit.
Yeah.
Um, I did. So let me ask you this: did you actually read the actual book, or did you read it on a screen or something like that?
Audiobook.
Audiobook. Okay.
Yes.
Well, okay, that's fine. I just don't worry. I got stuff to tell y'all because the art in this one.
We read it before, though, because it was at the back of one of the books.
So this time reading it, I was very surprised. The art actually, I didn't know it. Like, one, I knew the art goes along with it. However, this one is very kind of cool, and I'll talk about when we get to it. But okay, so the Too Clever Fox, we've heard the story. It's brought up to Alina, right?
So it is in Siege and Storm.
Okay.
When Nikolai is introduced.
Yes.
So the first time Alina ever sees him, she thinks, quote, he reminds me of the Too Clever Fox, another of Anya Kuya's stories, smart enough to get out of the first two traps, but too foolish to realize he won't escape a third, end quote.
Wow. Yeah. So, and this is the story of that.
Yes.
And it's actually, I really liked it. I thought it was a really decent story. I want to ask you this: were you surprised? No.
No, I don't know.
It's okay. You're never surprised. I mean,
I never know how to answer that.
well, I mean, like when it got to, as I always say, the climax. Did you expect that to happen?
I was starting to pick up on it as we went.
Interesting.
Yeah, because I can't. There was a pivotal point where I was like, wait a minute.
Okay, well, when we get there, you're gonna have to tell me. I mean, we're not gonna go all the way through it, but I mean, I'm interested to know because I am always just so clueless. Like, Lord, I really am. And real quickly, producer Christopher Lover, do you did I send you the picture of the end of this story? I didn't. Are you sure? Did you check your email? Okay. Well, anyways. Okay. Well, I thought I sent a picture. I'll see if I can work on that. But anyways, okay, so this story it's very different from Ayama. And the reason I say this reminds me of Bambi is just because it's got a lot of different animals talking to one another. But it definitely has, Lee's like darkish themes to it. I mean, we open up with a mama fox giving birth to her babies, and she's like, I'm hungry, so I'm just gonna eat some of these.
Yeah.
So, interesting way to open. Just saying.
Yeah. I mean, it happens.
Does it?
Yes, it does, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't aware.
It does.
Okay. You go through all the troubles of labor, and then you're just like, hey, you know what? I'm just hungry.
Ask anybody that's had a pet hamster give birth or a pet rat that's given birth. Yeah, it happens.
Okay. Well, however, it's the runt of the litter that actually like speaks up and says, "Don't eat me." And the mother's like, "Well, why? Because I'm hungry." And this little fox is like, "Well, since I'm so ugly, you can walk around town being so pretty, and everybody's just going to compare me to you." and being like, compare me as in like, ugh, your child is so ugly. You're so beautiful. And the mother's like, okay, interesting. You know? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, basically, he keeps like escaping traps.
yes, he does.
So
From the beginning.
yes, and it's interesting to kind of think of him like Nikolai.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, I'm gonna go on a.
You're fine.
I always go on these things. I read that Lee at the start of Nikolai's story in Siege and Storm, that she knew his entire story at that point, and that Too Clever Fox and Nikolai's story kind of run simultaneously. Like they escape all these traps.
Yeah.
So reading Too Clever Fox and thinking of Nikolai, it kind of does like match up. Like the words, like being able to get out of things by using your clever words,
Absolutely.
your wittiness.
Yeah.
That's very Nikolai.
It very much is. However, I do have some trivia for you on this one,
Trivia.
which I think is very interesting. When Lee was writing this, she did it. She thought that she didn't expect Nikolai to survive. She was like early on, she expected Nikolai to die, and she fell in love with the character so much that she didn't. Isn't that interesting?
Yes, that's what I had read. That the
I'm
moment
sorry.
the moment she decided not to kill him off, she had his entire life like mapped
Oh.
out.
Yeah. Which is interesting. Just because I'm not a writer, I've never I mean I not of stories. I just think that's so interesting to like, create something, and also to think about this character himself. Like Nikolai is such a pivotal part of the Grishaverse. I think like we all love Nikolai so much, and just to think, I don't think the Grishaverse would be the same without him.
No,
Yeah.
no.
It's crazy.
We couldn't have gotten to the end of the series without him.
And he's also like he's the comic relief too. He's the parts that make things like light and fun, and that's what I also see in the Too Clever Fox as well, because like Kujo is that his name? Kujo? Like that's how I heard it, and yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't Kujo by chance like also like
It's Stephen King.
That's what I thought. I've never read that, but
Don't ever okay, well, I guess maybe
Don't?
now, but like when I was younger, I stayed at sidebar.
Okay.
I was super into Stephen King when I was like 9.
Well, of course, because you read Anne Rice and all that. That doesn't surprise any of us.
And I saw that Kujo, the movie, was coming on at like 1 a.m. on this like weird channel. And my mom was like, I'm not doing that. It's going to scare the bejesus out of me. You're on your own. So I'm by myself as a little girl watching Kujo.
Wow.
And it scared me so bad. Like I saw all kinds of other movies at that point. Like I saw all kinds of scary movies, but Kujo scared me so much.
I've never
It was
seen
terrifying.
Huh. How old were you?
I don't remember.
See,
I had to have been 10 or more
okay.
because we were in the new house, but I was frightened.
Okay.
I was hiding.
Aw.
But I didn't change a channel. I was so like paralyzed with fear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The movie for me was Jaws. That
Really
terrified
Aww.
me when I watched that. I was horrified. Oh my God. I am. I still to this day, to be honest, like I mean,
did you ever go to like Universal Studios for like Jaws the ride, and then when it like pops out at you?
Okay, so one, I've never been to. I've always wanted to go to Disneyland. Actually, no, Disney World, because I
Okay.
want to go to the one in California because that's where.
That's Disneyland.
Okay, yeah, so I want to go there because that's where Sleeping Beauty's castle is,
Mhm.
Aurora's castle is.
Mhm.
The one in Florida has Cinderella's castle, and
Mhm.
I'm sorry, Cinderella don't got a castle. I mean, she might. She inherited because
Yeah.
she got with the
She-
prince, but like, no. So I really want to see Aurora's castle. However,
It's pretty in pink.
Aurora's castle.
Uh-huh.
Oh, so
Yeah.
I want.
And on the inside, like when you walk in, they have these storybooks that are like all opened up with like the old like scrolly letters and everything. And
like the thing that they open up in the very beginning. I would crap my pants.
yeah.
You know what Chris would hate is if I saw that on Etsy. It could be like $300, $400. It's probably like $600.
Don't do it.
I know, and I'd have to have it.
Nope. Don't do it.
Love Sleeping Beauty. Which, by the way, I know you're busy, but don't forget that present I gave you of that like Sleeping Beauty one.
Oh yeah.
That's a really good one.
Oh yeah.
Just because.
I started it.
Did you?
Yeah.
It's a really easy read.
Uh-huh. I had gosh, so many freaking sidebars. I didn't know where it was going.
Oh, I know. It's
like
so
I
weird.
thought it was like an essay on Sleeping Beauty when I started reading it.
It sounds like it.
Yes.
I know.
And then like things happen and I was like, whoa.
It's very interesting because it sounds like that. It's like, okay, I'm like getting like at first I was interested, but then I was like, am I reading the history of Sleeping Beauty right now?
I literally thought it was going to be like an essay as to like why Sleeping Beauty is damaging to girls.
Yeah.
And then that's not what it was, but
Nope.
it literally sounds like it. Like it's, yes. So
That's how it starts.
Yeah.
Where are you? Like, do you remember? Like, I mean, has Sleeping Beauty fallen asleep yet?
No.
Okay. So you've got, I think you're going to be amazed just because it is really cool with how much like it combines the stuff that you and I love plus the actual history of it.
Okay.
Like just all that. It's just so neat. It's such an easy read. It's so small.
Yeah.
I just was amazed by it. But okay, so back on to the Too Clever Fox.
Okay. So he's escaping all these traps. He escaped his mom's jaws by talking. He escapes like this flea situation. No.
Yeah, he's got the hounds.
He escapes by anyway.
There's a lot. Yeah.
And he gets beaten up in the process. So because he's getting all like flea bitten and his fur is all
the
like
flea one is weird because it's the bear.
Yes.
So
he's like, come to me.
The bear's about it's the
if you will bite the bear
yes.
all at once to like really hurt him, then I will let you live on me for a year.
Exactly. And like, which is funny because like, I love that he's talking to fleas that all like migrate to like one part of the bear and bite and it works.
Yep.
And then just jump on over to him.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't expect him to actually I thought he would have some clever way of getting rid of him.
Right. But that's very Nikolai, right?
Mm-hmm. He promises.
To like suffer through what you promised. But yeah, that ends up costing him all kinds of like everything because he's not bathing, he's not scratching, he's not whatever. And he's just this like gross, disgusting.
And it mentions like how he doesn't have to worry about a lot of other animals because he smells so bad. So he's like actually taking good care of them because I mean he's not bathing. He's like actually just being like, I don't want to hurt you.
And it's making his fur all patchy, which kind of helps him when he comes across this like poacher, this guy apparently that's shooting all these animals and skinning them alive.
Don't forget how he gets rid of the fleas though. I'm sorry, I just thought it was funny because he sneaks into a little house and he's like, here you guys go, jump into this mattress and enjoy eating these people alive.
Yeah.
And they're like, bye.
Yeah, he like pawns them off on people.
That just cracked me up.
And they're all like, bye, see you later.
I know. Like this little, excuse me.
Thanks thanks for letting us eat you for a year.
You were great.
See, I can't imagine that there would be much left of him after a year.
Of fleas eating him.
Because they reproduce so fast that there would be like gazillions of them.
He's in rough
he would
shape.
just like die.
You know, I mean, he was already in rough shape. I mean, he's
But whatever, we're in fairyland, so
we're in Fairywood.
we're just gonna assume that the same fleas magically lived a whole year, which they don't, but
it didn't actually kill him.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, so
but yes. So
he
then
survives.
there's like animals go missing.
Well, Gustav, you gotta so the bear.
The
The
bear. I
bear
didn't know
that
we were doing like a
Well, I know, but the reason I'm bringing this up is because of the picture. So the bear
gotcha.
has got a name. His name's Ivan Gustav or something, and he's the bear that almost kills him, and then he gets the fleas to bite him so he can run away. Okay, so anyways, after he lets the fleas go to their new motel and their new digs up in somebody's mattress, he becomes friends with this bear.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of cute because, they literally are just like friends. I want Terry to look like all of a sudden there's this picture of this bear.
Yeah.
You don't have it. So, no, not what I'm talking about. You do not, honey.
Are we arguing
I love you.
with a silent person?
Yeah, please do not show what I'm about, because that will ruin the story. So do not show that last picture. Okay, so all of a sudden the left-hand corner of the book shows a picture of a bear. Okay, anyways. So we then start to learn about this hunter, these, as you said, these animals start missing.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it's it's this really weird story.
He's a big, huge, strong guy who's super famous for going from town to town and just decimating the animals.
Yeah.
Like getting rid of every animal in the forest.
And quietly, without no other animal knowing whatsoever. And anyway, so all these like little animals are missing. So like the animals news report is just devastation, you know.
And so all the little animals start having this meeting. Like they all just start meeting and they're like, "What's going on, guys?
Yeah.
Where are all of our friends? What are we gonna do?"
Everybody's gone.
But the hunter lives in a little house cottage thingy with his sister.
Mm-hmm.
And she is meek and quiet, and she just sits in the house all day long and just sewing garments with the pelts that the hunter brings back.
Yeah, so
to sell. She's tending to these pelts.
She's making this insane cloak out of all of their friends.
Yeah.
Which is kind of sad because the clever fox, all of a sudden Cujo is well, I want to figure out what's going on, and the bird helps him figure out what house it is, and he goes and he looks in and he sees that this girl is just warming her feet on her his old friend Ivan Gustav. He's just a big old rug now.
Did you hear the audio version of this?
Yes.
She can't even say his name without an accent. Even when she's not doing his voice, every single time she comes to Gustav, she's like, Gustav. Every single time. But anyway, so
she's really good. But
that cracked me up. She's not even doing his voice. And she has to say it with, yeah. So Cujo starts talking to the sister.
Her name's Sophia. I guess he
sees
sees her wandering around outside.
going to town or something.
Yeah.
No, visiting some old lady. She's bringing her food. So she's got cheese and stuff in her basket.
And a sled.
On a, on a little pull behind thing.
And something happens where all of a sudden she stops and she starts crying. And the fox is and the fox, by the way, also is this is the key. Sophia is the key to getting rid of this hunter, which, by the way, I don't know which animal it is, but some of them are it literally is we're packing up. we're leaving.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we got like a duplex over on the other side of like Azalta. Like, I don't know. I just thought it was really cute. They're like, this little family's packing up.
We're out of here. Yeah.
So he goes and he starts talking to her. He's like, why are you crying? And she's like, I don't even know what she says. Like, she's just like,
whatever. He's trying to befriend her basically because he thinks that it will like help the situation.
yes.
And they do that. They do that like 2 or 3 times. And what starts to happen, like what kind of started to get to me was her like eating the food that was meant for somebody else. Like you start kind of seeing these like holes in her character.
Oh, so that's what your hint
That's
was.
what started. I'm like, so she's not this like sweet, meek person because she even says something to the fact of like they won't even miss it.
Yeah.
So it speaks to her character. And then she's like carrying all these furs on her sled.
Well, you don't know what's under there. Like that's the thing. Like,
Right.
There's something heavy.
Yes. So it's secretive. But like, so it's just that's what starts like.
Okay.
For me, I was like, it's more something is more than we're seeing.
Right. And he's completely distracted because he thinks that he thinks that her brother has some kind of charm. So
and
he's
that
like,
he wouldn't be wanted because he's so ugly.
yeah.
So he has that confidence of like, you don't even want this because it's all
he like
patchy and weird. And he thinks that he's so smart.
Oh my God. That actually, I've got to find that part. That part cracked me up. Hold on. When he introduces himself, Sophia's the answer. Okay, yeah, hold on. When he first meets her, are you okay? Am I that funny? Oh no, she might have just been. Oh goodness. Sorry, girl. Get it up. There's a tissue right there, baby. Okay. Terry's okay. Don't worry. She's alive. I'm not gonna let her die. Promise, my best friend. But the show must go on. So she's just gotta like get it up. There's some tissues behind you. See, it's perfect time for me to read. So, anyways, this part is really funny, and I'll tell you why, because it makes me laugh. So, and now she can't stop laughing. So
have the giggles.
She does. And oh, girl. Well, you're back. You're good.
Hello.
Hi. Okay, so
You shouldn't try to inhale tea.
no, you should try to sip it.
Sip it slowly.
Okay, so she says, you should leave this place, Fox. She said, you are not safe here. I haven't been safe since I slipped yowling from my mother's body. She shook her head. You don't understand, my brother. What would he want with me? I'm too scrawny to eat and too ugly to wear. Sophia smiled slightly. Your coat is a bit patchy, but you're not so bad as all that. No, said the fox. She said, shall I travel to Azalta to have my portrait painted? What does a fox know of the capital? I visited once, said Kujo, for he sensed she might enjoy a story. I was the queen's personal guest. She tied a blue ribbon around my neck, and I slept upon a velvet cushion every night. The girl laughed, her tears forgotten. Did you now? I was quite the fashion. All the couriers dyed their hair red and cut holes in their clothes, hoping to emulate my patchy coat. Okay, so end quote. Because what do I think of right then? Mean Girls. I think of the moment that, oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness, where'd you get that bracelet?
Yes. Oh my God. Our favorite, Regina George gets like someone goes and cuts holes in like her shirt. And then all of a sudden everybody in the high school is wearing shirts with holes in their nipples, which is not fashionable at all.
No.
However, that made me, I just wanted to let you know.
But it also reminds me of Nikolai too, because like that response is totally Nikolai. The whole like, oh yeah, totally.
Yes.
I was there and I did this and it was, it's very Nikolai.
It is. So
anyway, he's like befriending her and they do this a few times.
But
yes.
Yeah, we'll get to the end. You just end it because
Just end it.
because I actually was completely like distraught. I was like,
Were you?
what? Yeah, because like I thought they were getting so cute.
Oh no.
Because she goes and like he has her go steal the little pouch that supposedly is making him magical, and she goes and gets it, and she brings it back, and they look, and it's like bones and something, and then like she gives him wine. Number one mistake. Yep.
Yes, alcohol is not your friend.
Nope. And he starts dozing off, falling asleep very
Mhm.
comfortably. So here's what I wanted to show you. This is what's really interesting in this book. Look at that. Remember that?
Yeah,
Okay. It slowly
in your mic.
starts if you keep changing each page. Look. Because what's it changing into? That dang wolf head.
The wolf head.
Okay, producer, you can now show us that last picture. So for those of you YouTube listeners or YouTube watchers,
Whatever.
we're showing the very last picture. And this coat that supposedly the hunter is making of all the animals he's killed. The main thing is that it's got a wolf head, and also it's got like tails of these. But I thought that was a really neat thing that throughout the story,
It changes.
yeah, because it started out with the bear, and then whoever the artist, we should know her name. I thought that was very creative. Very slowly, every page starts changing just a little bit, just so lightly that all of a sudden, I started realizing it though after
Yeah.
a while, and I'm like, something's changing with
But
that.
we're looking at this last picture before we've even like
I know.
said the thing, because if you're looking at the picture, you can clearly see
Mm-hmm.
that it is not a man wearing this
no.
outfit.
No.
So he basically like is drunk and she
He falls-
traps him.
Yeah. He wakes up to her knife
Yeah.
in his like belly, like starting to skin him,
Skin him.
alive. And like I thought that was horrible. I thought he was gonna die. I really did. I was like, oh my God, he's not gonna make it.
Mm-hmm.
And and her answer is like, you guys are all the same. All animals just want some company or whatever. And every time every time he's gotten in trouble, he's never howled. However, this time he does.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what saves him, because he's got a good friend, the blue jay or the bluebird or some kind of bird. Starts squawking, and she comes down and makes Sophia blind, pokes her eyes out.
I mean,
Yeah.
yep.
And then Sophia wanders through the woods for 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to find her home, and yeah, it ends up that like, I mean, you know what? The two clever fox and a bird get it on.
All right.
Well, they're a family. So I would have never imagined that match.
Says his fur would never quite sit right again, which is funny
Yeah,
because like his fur like half came off when she was
Yeah.
skinning him.
it was.
So
And this
but, yeah.
picture is just like, I mean, she is like, that's a long cape robe. I mean, she's got like, I mean, she's not even skinned. Those are just animals. I mean, like that she's standing on. I mean, it's sad, really.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was like, oh, poor Bambi.
Poor Bambi.
However, that was The Witch of Duval. Not
No,
the witch.
it was
that
not.
was next week. This is the
This was Two Clever Fox.
Two Clever Fox.
We are professionals here.
We sure are. So, yeah, it was. I was surprised by it. You weren't,
No.
but that's okay. Okay, so let's get a little dive into here real quickly. Let's see. So, yeah, it gave me some Mean Girls. I really thought about that. I thought about Beauty and the Beast once, just because when she starts describing Jurek was a late riser and he ate 6 eggs for breakfast, it reminded me of that like Gustav, whatever his name is. I ate no eggs. Yeah, wasn't that beautiful?
Yes,
Uh-huh.
very.
Okay.
Gaston.
Yeah, Gaston. So, what's the moral lesson? Be a clever fox. Yeah. I didn't really think about what a good moral lesson is.
I don't know. Don't think too highly of yourself that you will never not get in trouble. Like, don't have such a big ego that
exactly.
that you think that you're immortal.
Because he was clever.
Yeah.
He really was, and
But he knew it.
Yeah.
And he was using it to his advantage.
Towards the end, his ego got in the way.
Mm-hmm.
And it was that one trap that caught him.
Yep. Don't take wine from weird ladies.
Yeah. Just, that's not a good idea.
No, don't do it.
Definitely not.
Mm-mm.
So, our villain ends up actually being the sisters, Sophia.
Yep.
So that's a change.
Mm-hmm.
And any magic in here? I mean, supposedly
she has to be.
She does?
Yes, because they talk about how it's silent.
Oh, but see,
and nobody knows, and so like she's luring these animals in. Like she's probably like some sort of like heart render, where she can.
See, I thought that what it was is since everybody was thinking it was him and paying attention to him, that made it where she was like, because she wasn't like. She describes how, like, everybody just wanted to talk. Like, I mean, she goes and, like, the hogs, like, just wanted to hear about a dream. So she sits down and talks to them about a dream or something. And then this animal does that. So she doesn't, that's what I thought, that she just kind of, like, she tricks them by, like, giving them everything
being
loneliness.
Their bestie.
Yeah, because everybody's lonely.
That could happen, too.
Yeah, I see both. Mm-hmm. Okay. Obstacles or tasks that our characters are facing.
I mean, the whole thing is, it's trap after trap after trap.
If you're an animal in the woods, stay alive. I mean, that's it. Happily ever after? Yes, we do.
Yes,
have a
actually,
we do. Surprisingly, not from Miss Sophia.
No,
her brother though. Her brother does find a wife, and then
he's finally away from his evil sister.
Yeah, who's like mumbling about like crazy like animals, and then the Kujo. God, we're
isn't it? Whatever.
Cujo.
His name is just now Kujo.
Cujo
because that's what we started with.
Cujo and the Bluebird are now.
I don't even know if it's a bluebird.
I don't either, but you know what? I love bluebirds. So
I want to say in my brain it was like some sort of mockingbird or something.
Well,
but whatever. It's a bird.
It's a bluebird.
It's a bird.
It is. I love bluebirds. So
we
everybody,
are experts on the subject.
We are. Look out for your invitation for Kujo's and the Bluebirds invitation. We will all be expecting that.
The bird's name is like Lula. I know that much.
Lula, Lala, Lala.
It's
something
just
with an L.
Coming off the tracks.
Yep, we've derailed. We have we have derailed. So, well, that has been lovely. Okay, well, I think we should probably stop before we completely just
So it's that very special time for GrishaCast News.
GrishaCast News. Wasn't that my softest?
Wow.
I was trying to be very kind and soft.
All
Anyways,
right.
It's that very special time for our GrishaCast News. So let's make sure and say hello to, let's go to our Grisha in the field. Alex.
Hi, Alex.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey.
It's so good to be back.
We are so excited you are back. It's been a minute.
It has been.
Okay, well, give us all the tea that's up in that field.
All right, we got a bunch because we had a break and it all came out in like 1 week. So we have pictures of the Vasily actor, possibly. It's not confirmed, but his name is Edward Davis. He was spotted in a photo with the rest of the cast eating lunch or dinner. And there was some screenshot of a casting website saying that he is Vasily, but nothing on IMDb, nothing on any official pages.
Because we got a new Vasily.
Yes, we did not have a Vasily last season.
We
So
did.
there's two. So am I right in saying that we've got one actor that would be playing? Wait, no. I just confused myself. Let me not.
Vasily's Nikolai's brother.
I just realized that.
Yeah, there was
There you go.
there was a Vasily in the first season, but he just stood there.
So
Yes,
it's not
exactly.
okay. So it's a different Vasily.
Different actor.
Okay. Wow. Well, that's
We
good.
also have a recast.
Okay.
Nadia was recasted. There's no reasoning why, but originally it was Gabrielle Brooks, and the new one is Joanna McGibbon.
Weird.
It was on IMDb. We're not sure why she was recast. No one said anything, but there are people that are very upset about it because it is a lighter actor.
Oh.
That replaced Nadia. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually, like in the first season, Nadia had a pretty decent role. I mean,
Oh, absolutely.
so that's a big deal that they like actually switched actors and to someone that is lighter. Wow.
I'm thinking it may be a contract dispute because they may not have realized that they really needed her for the next few seasons, but who knows? Yeah.
Scandalous.
Yeah. I could have told
We also
them.
have 2 more cast announcements, though.
Ooh.
They are minor characters, like more background characters. We have Cameron Hood as a gambler and Janet Kuma as Kimi or Keme. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but that was according to IMDb.
Interesting.
Do we know that character?
No, they're just like background characters.
Okay.
Yeah, but big enough for like to have a
Have
name.
a
Kimmy, like interesting. I wonder.
It might be similar to Poppy, where she has a few lines.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Or I guess like what was in the very beginning of Six of Crows? Who is that little soldier guy that we fought?
Juiced.
Yes.
Everyone loves Juice.
I just
The
hope
Discord has a whole role for Juice.
Oh.
I hope we get a Juiced. I hope so.
I would love it.
I know. That'd be incredible. So, well, that's a lot of like, there's a lot more casting going on. Are they almost done filming? Do we know?
I'm pretty sure they are. Last time I checked, they're about halfway done.
Wow. That is so exciting because the pictures keep on coming across like Ben Barnes's Instagram and like, oh my gosh. I mean, all I see.
And they're all posting that they're hanging out and everything. It's so fun to see.
I know.
I got the memory on my Facebook feed about when the show came out a year ago.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
Coming up.
Yeah.
That is right.
April 23rd.
Wow.
I know, it's already been a year.
That's crazy. It has. Oh my gosh. I hope that since COVID has gotten like calmed down a little bit, like I mean, like we have a little bit more of a wrap of like, trying to contain it more, that maybe it won't take as long to film and put this all together.
I hope so.
Yeah, because we had a delay last year, so yeah. Fingers crossed.
That was the longest delay.
We do have some non-Grishaverse related news, though.
All right.
For Ninth House, Lee had her title reveal and the cover reveal on the Today Show. The title is Hellbent, and the cover has an albino rabbit.
I'm so excited. I am. I didn't see the interview, but I did see the cover, and oh my gosh, I'm so excited. That is gonna be such an incredible book. And
there is a little bit of controversy around the cover, though.
Really?
There are people that are upset that they used an albino rabbit because albinism is usually a villainized aspect. But as we know, Lee, she loves aesthetics. We see with the Darkling and Alina that they are polar opposites. So I'm assuming she's doing that with these books.
Yeah. Huh. That's interesting. Well, yeah, because the ninth house has a snake on it, right?
And it's like
Mhm.
all black.
A very melanized snake.
Mhm.
Yes. And I think it's gonna all make sense and really cool. Do we know that this actually is like a duology and this is the end of the story? Do we know anything about that, or do we?
I think she wants to add on more, but I'm not sure. I'd have to look
Mm,
that up.
Yeah, I was just wondering. I didn't know if we knew that yet. But I'm excited. Amazon supposedly is making that show, which they bought the rights to a long time ago.
Mhm. And they've been working on it.
Oh, well, that's gonna be
I
really
see
cool.
Lee posting updates.
Do you really? Wow.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, don't worry, Grisha casters. We're going to be covering Ninth House as well, and we are so excited. So it'll be
It's
fun.
coming up.
It is. Well, Alex, you had so much news. Is there still more news?
That is all I have this time, but we had a bunch.
Yeah.
I would say definitely we had a lot, considering that we haven't had much for a while, but that always tends to happen. So, we're just so happy to see you.
Yes.
Yes, I've missed you guys.
We missed you. Well, we will see you next time next week, and maybe we'll have more news. And you know what? If we don't even have news, come on, let's just hang out.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Okay, we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Well, that
We
was
actually had news.
that was awesome. I love it, and I miss Alex. So
Yes, it was so good to see them.
that was fantastic.
Yes.
So
What are we doing?
next week, by the way, take a little break, okay? Because we got a special interview coming for you.
A very special episode.
Yes, we are going to be interviewing Erin Stein, who is one of Lee Bardugo's editors.
Yay!
Yes, that is correct. It is awesome. It's a huge moment. We are very excited. So if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to message them to us. And yeah, we can ask Erin a lot. Erin knows quite a bit.
Info@GrishaCast.com.
Yeah, she knows. She's the editor for Lee, and it's incredible. Some of the conversations we've had, just getting to know her and what this interview is going to be about. She knows a lot. So, even down to like a lot of the graphics and things. So, anyways, if you guys have any questions, send them our way. We can do Fear and Mary Kills, any of those games. It'll be fun. So, okay. Well, we love you all. It's been fantastic, and we'll see you next week. Long live the Grishaverse.
Like, we're at the end of the hour, so my voice is a little husky. A plus.
No mourners.
No funerals.
This has been GrishaCast. Connect with us on the web at GrishaCast.com. Send an email to info@GrishaCast.com.
Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok at GrishaCast.
A very special thank you to our staff, Chris, Alex, Michelle, Sid, and Chloe.